Thank you for joining me as we gather today's portion from the scriptures. Today's reading is Barashyth, Genesis chapter 16 through 18. Barashyth, Genesis chapter 16. Now Shary, Abram's wife, had borne him no children. She had a maidservant, a Matrith, whose name was Hagar. Shary said to Abram, "See now, Yahuah has restrained me from bearing children. Please go into my maidservant. Perhaps I will obtain children through her." Abram listened to Shary's voice. After Abram had lived 10 years in the land of Canaan, Shary, Abram's wife, took Hagar, the Matrith, her maidservant, and gave her to Abram, her husband, to be his wife. He went into Hagar, and she conceived. When she saw that she had conceived, she despised her mistress in her eyes. Shary said to Abram, "This wrong is your fault. I gave my maidservant into your embrace, and now that she has conceived, I am despised in her eyes. May Yahuah judge between me and you." Abram said to Shary, "Behold, your maidservant is in your hands. Do with her whatever is good in your eyes." So Shary dealt harshly with her, and Hagar fled from her face. The messenger of Yahuah found her by a spring of water in the wilderness, by the spring on the way to Shur. He said, "Hagar, Shary's maidservant, where have you come from, and where are you going?" She replied, "I am fleeing from the face of my mistress, Shary." The messenger of Yahuah said to her, "Return to your mistress and submit yourself under her hands." The messenger of Yahuah also said to her, "I will greatly multiply your seed, so much so that they will be too numerous to count." The messenger of Yahuah continued, "Behold, you are with child, and you will bear a son. You will name him Yashma'Al, because Yahuah has heard your affliction. He will be like a wild donkey among men. His hand will be against everyone, and everyone's hand will be against him. He will live in opposition to all his brothers." She called the name of Yahuah who spoke to her. "You are an Elohim who sees." For she said, "Have I truly stayed alive after seeing him?" Therefore, the well was called Bar-Laki-Rai. Behold, it is between Kadesh and Barad. Hagar bore a son to Abram, and Abram named the son whom Hagar bore Yashma'Al. Abram was 86 years old when Hagar bore Yashma'Al to him. Barashyth, Genesis chapter 17. When Abram was 99 years old, Yahuah appeared to Abram and said to him, "I am Al-Shaddai. Walk before me and be blameless. I will make my covenant between me and you, and will multiply you exceedingly." Abram fell on his face, and Elohim spoke with him, saying, "As for me, behold, my covenant is with you. You will be the father of a multitude of nations. No longer will your name be called Abram, but your name will be Abraham. For I have made you the father of a multitude of nations. I will make you exceedingly fruitful, and I will make nations from you. Kings will come out of you. I will establish my covenant between me and you, and your seed after you throughout their generations, as an everlasting covenant, to be Elohim to you and to your seed after you. I will give to you and your seed after you the land where you are staying, all the land of Canaan, as an everlasting possession. I will be their Elohim." Elohim said to Abraham, "As for you, you must guard my covenant, you and your seed after you throughout their generations. This is my covenant, which you shall guard between me and you and your seed after you. Every male among you must be circumcised. You shall circumcise the flesh of your foreskin, and it will be a sign of the covenant between me and you. Every male who is 8 days old must be circumcised by you. Every male throughout your generations, whether born in your house or bought with money from any foreigner who is not of your seed. He who is born in your house or bought with your money must be circumcised. My covenant will be in your flesh as an everlasting covenant. Any uncircumcised male who has not been circumcised in the flesh of his foreskin will be cut off from his people. He has broken my covenant." Elohim said to Abraham, "As for Shary, your wife, you shall no longer call her name Shary, but her name will be Sharah. I will bless her and will give you a son by her. Yes, I will bless her, and she will be a mother of nations. Kings of peoples will come from her." Then Abraham fell on his face and laughed, saying in his heart, "Will a child be born to me who is 100 years old? Will Shary, who is 90 years old, give birth?" Abraham said to Elohim, "Oh, that Yashma'Al might live before you." Elohim said, "No, but Sharah, your wife, will bear you a son. You shall call his name Yatschaq. I will establish my covenant with him as an everlasting covenant for his seed after him. As for Yashma'Al, I have heard you. Behold, I have blessed him and will make him fruitful and multiply him exceedingly. He will become the father of 12 princes, and I will make him a great nation. But my covenant I will establish with Yatschaq, whom Sharah will bear to you at this time next year. When he had finished speaking with him, Elohim went up from Abraham. Abraham took Yashma'Al his son, all who were born in his house, and all who were bought with his money, every male among the men of Abraham's house, and circumcised the flesh of their foreskins on that very day, as Elohim had commanded him. Abraham was 99 years old when he was circumcised in the flesh of his foreskin. Yashma'Al, his son, was 13 years old when he was circumcised in the flesh of his foreskin. The same day, Abraham and Yashma'Al, his son, were circumcised. All the men of his household, both those born in his house and those bought with money from a foreigner, were circumcised with him. Barashyth, Genesis chapter 18. Yahuah appeared to him by the oaks of Mamre as he sat in the tent door in the heat of the day. He lifted his eyes and looked and saw 3 men standing opposite him. When he saw them, he ran to meet them from the tent door and bowed himself to the ground. He said, "My master, if I have found favor in your sight, please do not pass by your servant. Let a little water be fetched so you can wash your feet and rest under the tree. I will bring a piece of bread so you may refresh yourselves, and afterward you may go on your way, since you have come to your servant." They said, "Very well, do as you have said." Abraham hurried into the tent to Sharah and said, "Quickly, prepare 3 measures of fine flour, knead it, and make cakes." Abraham ran to the herd, selected a tender and good calf, and gave it to a servant, who hurried to prepare it. He took butter, milk, and the calf, which he had prepared, and set it before them. He stood by them under the tree while they ate. They said to him, "Where is Sharah, your wife?" He said, "She is in the tent." He said, "I will certainly return to you about the time of life. Behold, Sharah, your wife, will have a son." Sharah was listening at the tent door, which was behind him. Now Abraham and Sharah were old, well advanced in age, and Sharah was past the age of childbearing. Sharah laughed to herself, saying, "After I have grown old, will I have pleasure, my master being old also?" Yahuah said to Abraham, "Why did Sharah laugh, saying, 'Will I really bear a child, even though I am old?' Is anything too hard for Yahuah? At the appointed time next year, I will return to you, and Sharah will have a son." Then Sharah denied it, saying, "I did not laugh," for she was afraid. He said, "No, but you did laugh." The men rose from there and looked toward Sodom. Abraham went with them to send them on their way. Yahuah said, "Will I hide from Abraham what I am about to do? Seeing that Abraham will surely become a great and mighty nation, all the nations of the earth will be blessed through him. For I have chosen him so that he may command his children and his household after him to keep the way of Yahuah by doing righteousness and right ruling, so that Yahuah may bring upon Abraham what he has spoken to him." Yahuah said, "Because the outcry against Sodom and Gomorrah is so great, and because their sin is so very grievous, I will go down now and see whether their deeds are as bad as the reports which have come to me. If not, I will know." The men turned from there and went toward Sodom. But Abraham remained standing before Yahuah. Abraham drew near and said, "Will you destroy the righteous with the wicked? What if there are 50 righteous within the city? Will you destroy it and not spare the place for the sake of the 50 righteous who were there? Far be it from you to do such a thing, to kill the righteous with the wicked, so that the righteous should be treated like the wicked. Far be it from you. Should not the judge of all the earth do what is just?" Yahuah said, "If I find 50 righteous within the city of Sodom, I will spare the entire place for their sake." Abraham answered, "See now, I have taken it upon myself to speak to Yahuah, though I am but dust and ashes. What if there are 5 fewer than 50 righteous? Will you destroy the whole city for the lack of 5? He said, "I will not destroy it if I find 45 there." He spoke to him yet again and said, "What if 40 are found there?" He said, "I will not do it for the sake of the 40. He said, "Oh, let not Yahuah be angry, and I will speak. What if 30 are found there?" He said, "I will not do it if I find 30 there." He said, "See now, I have taken it upon myself to speak to Yahuah. What if 20 are found there?" He said, "I will not destroy it for the sake of 20. He said, "Oh, let not Yahuah be angry, and I will speak just once more. What if 10 are found there?" He said, "I will not destroy it for the sake of 10. Yahuah went his way as soon as he had finished speaking with Abraham, and Abraham returned to his place. Thank you for joining me to gather today's portion. May we continue seeking Yahuah for his word and growing in the knowledge of him one day at a time until Yahusha gathers us. Shalom.